to Fenway Park, night one between the Red Sox and the New York Yankees. And let's send it down to field level and Tina Serbasio. Tina?
Don, of course, a special rivalry in sports, and third baseman Mike Lowell has been here in this rivalry in both dugouts. Drafted by the New York Yankees and coming up through their farm system, his very first Major League Baseball game when he was called up in September of 1998 was Red Sox Yankees. Who did he face? Pedro Martinez was pitching for Boston.
It's definitely a different atmosphere between these two teams, and I think it's great. I mean, the fans get into it. You guys go crazy over it. I mean, it's April, for God's sakes, but I enjoy it. You know, I think it's fun. Every game seems like it's close or something strange happens.
And Mike Lowell said when he came out onto the field, he heard a lot of, let's just say, choice words from the fans here. Of course, he was wearing pinstripes at the time. So he looked over to Luis Sojo and said, do we hear this all the time? He says, or is it just once in a while? He says, no. When you're a Yankee and you come into Red Sox Nation, you're going to hear this more than any other place across Major League Baseball. And here we are in it again tonight. Don?
Okay, Tina, thank you very much. Of course, the Red Sox wearing their green jerseys and caps for tonight's game as in memory of the late Red Auerbach, and the Boston Celtics taking part prior to tonight's game in a ceremony as Hall of Famer Bob Cousy threw out the ceremonial first pitch. And, of course, the Celtics' 16 NBA championship banners hung here at Fenway Park, and there's the Coos, who we hope to have on with us a little bit later tonight during the telecast. Great to see him in the behind the back as always. Nicely done. As the Red Sox here tonight take the field in their greens to get ready against the New York Yankees for the first time in 2007. Let's check out the visiting New York Yankees starting lineup, brought to you by Rico. Leading it off, Johnny Damon in center field with Derek Jeter at shortstop. Bobby Abreu in right field. Alex Rodriguez at third base with Jason Giambi, the designated hitter. Jorge Posada does the catching. Robinson Cano at second base. Melky Cabrera in left. And Doug Mientkiewicz at first base bats ninth. Tonight's starting pitcher is brought to you by Panasonic, and for the Red Sox, it's the ace, Curt Schilling.
After a start on opening day for Schilling, back-to-back wins. Once against Texas, once against the Angels last time out. 8 innings in the game against the Angels, 4 hits allowed and no runs, 1 walk and 4 strikeouts. See those numbers over the last 2 starts for Schilling. In his career against the Yankees, 7-5 with a 4.44 ERA. That's 19 games and 14 starts against New York. The Red Sox defense is brought to you by your Boston area Lexus dealers. They are 6th in the league with 8 errors in 14 games. Mike Lowell at third base, Julio Lugo the shortstop, Dustin Pedroia at second, and Kevin Youkilis at first. Left to right, Manny Ramirez, Coco Crisp, and J.D. Drew. Jason Veritek doing the catching for Schilling.
The umpiring crew tonight, Randy Marsh has a plate, Bob Davidson at first base, Sam Holbrook at second base, and Hunter Wintelstead, the umpire, at third. Where available, this telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your television remote. Enjoy the game.
Buenas noches, amigos.
Well, tonight the Red Sox, like the rest of the country, saddened by the events at Virginia Tech, and they are wearing the logos of Virginia Tech on the sleeves and on their caps, and an idea from Jason Veritek and Terry Francona today, and certainly our thoughts and prayers with all of the victims' families. And the flag at half-mast here at Fenway Park as well to begin tonight's ball game as Johnny Damon stands in on the left side. Here we go, the first of 18 between the Red Sox and the Yankees in the regular season. Damon's ready, Schilling is not. Off the backside for an extra moment. 300 start to the season for Damon with a home run and 5 runs batted in. The first pitch is in there for strike 1 to Damon. We're underway. The 4th start of the year for Schilling. The only tough one was opening day against Kansas City. Since then, he's been Curt Schilling-like as he pours in another strike, and it's 0-2.
First 2 pitches to Johnny Damon, the fastball and the cut fastball to quickly get ahead of Damon. And both pitches in tight on Damon.
Damon with a late swing. Of course, fouls off a great many pitches when getting down 0-2.
Yeah, when you're down no balls, 2 strikes, you kind of expect the ball either in tight or way away. And that time Damon got the ball in tight and somehow was able to foul that off.
Derek Jeter waiting on deck. Foul over in his general direction. Given one of the better two-strike hitters in the game. As he chops one off the glove of Schilling out towards Pedroia. The throw in time to get Damon. So Damon is retired. Here comes Derek Jeter. There's been so much talk about A-Rod, but it's been a good start for Derek Jeter also. 323. No homers and 4 runs batted in for Jeter. He was hit safely in 13 of 14 games this season.
That's really been a good start for this whole offense.
Jeter's hit safely in 39 of his last 41 games dating back to last year. Down from third is Lowell, calling everybody off to secure out number 2.
First pitch swinging, Derek Jeter. He gets the fastball inside that ties him up. And a little pop-up between home plate and the mound. You see the fastball up and in on Derek Jeter. You see how he brings his hands in and really gets tied up. And, of course, Mike Lowell making the catch at third base.
Two down now for Bobby Abreu. At 345 with a home run and 13 runs batted in. And a great homestand, in which the Yankees had a great homestand too. They were just swept the Cleveland Indians, and especially yesterday in dramatic fashion. But Abreu was 8 for 12 in the series, and there is the guy that won it for the Yankees yesterday. It was a collective effort and an amazing comeback as the Yankees entered the bottom of the 9th inning trailing 6-2 with 2 outs when Josh Phelps got it all started with his solo home run to left, his first home run of the year, and then Posada and Jeter each recorded a 9th inning single extending their respective hitting streaks. And Alex Rodriguez with the game-winning 3-run walk-off home run in the bottom of the 9th. This is to center, sending Chris back onto the track for out number 3. 8-pitch, 1-2-3 first for Schilling. Red Sox coming up.
ERA in his career against the Red Sox, 13-5 for Randy Pettit. Of course, Pettit last year with the Houston Astros went 14-13. He made 35 starts a year ago for Houston.
Julio Lugo leading it off for Boston in the bottom of the first inning. And Lugo taking the strike and is quickly down 0-2.
Red Sox will see the fastball, the breaking ball, the cut fastball, which has always been Pettit's best pitch, and a changeup.
Lugo 0 for his last 8 in the last 2 games. On the ground to Jeter. Lugo retired for the first out in the bottom of the first, and we check out the rest of the Red Sox starting 9. Brought to you by New England Dodge Dealers. Kevin Youkilis batting second at first base with David Ortiz, a designated hitter. Manny Ramirez in left. J.D. Drew in right field. Mike Lowell at third base. Jason Varitek doing the catching with Coco Crisp in center. And Dustin Pedroia at second base bats 9th. One down in the inning for Kevin Youkilis. A strike over the inside corner. Youkilis 1 for 13 in the 3-game series against Toronto to drop the average down to 235 from 289. And is 3 for his last 27 on the road. So certainly happy to be back home here at Fenway Park.
Now, only 2 players in the Red Sox lineup tonight have not faced Pettit. Youkilis being one of them, Dustin Pedroia the other.
Inside, and Youkilis gets hit. In on the hands it appeared, and he is down.
Well, that'll certainly get the fans going here at Fenway Park. An 0-2 fastball by Andy Pettit that gets Youkilis, it looks like, right off the hand. Usually when Pettit comes inside, he comes inside with the cut fastball, not the straight fastball. That was the straight fastball that time.
So the Red Sox have a base runner with one down as Big Papi stands in. Ortiz at 288, 5 homers and 13 runs batted in. And he has been hot over the last 6 games, 9 for 23 at 391 as he takes a pitch away.
One thing base runners at first base have to remember about Andy Pettit, he's got one of the best pickoff moves in all of baseball.
Drop by Posada. It's ball 2 and it's 2-0. No advance for Youkilis at first. Pettit last year 14 and 13 with a 4.20 ERA and 35 starts for the Houston Astros. A single season career high with appearances, made 36 appearances a year ago. Falling behind Ortiz, 3-0. Joe Torre back at the helm of the New York Yankees. Ball 4 and a 4-pitch walk for Big Papi down to first.
That was interesting. A 3-0 count to David Ortiz. Apparently Pettit expecting him to have the green light. He stays with the cut fastball on the 3-0 count. So no straight fastball for Ortiz, 3-0.
So the Red Sox with runners at first and second on a hit batsman and a walk. 2 on, 1 away for Manny Ramirez. A 200 average, a home run, and 8 runs batted in. Manny Ramirez connecting for his first home run of 2007, a game-tying 2-run shot in the top of the 8th inning. And it came in his 14th game, 50th at bat of the season. Last year did not go deep for the first time until April 21st. 2 days earlier this season. As he grounds it towards Jeter. The second for 1 on to first. The double play that ends the inning. So Pettit works around a hit batsman and a walk. We played 1 scoreless from Fenway. Scoreless as we head to the top half of the 3rd inning. We practiced it a bunch too.
What did I say? It's Jagosinski, right?
Right. You said Jeff Jagosinski. Just call him Coach Jags.
Had a tough time with names over the last couple of days. Some tough ones.
Robinson Cano leads it off, bottom 3rd of the Yankees order. 18 pitches for Schilling, 14 of them for strikes out of the gate. Cano at 268. It was just a 1 for 11 on the homestand for the Yankees. 0 for 4 yesterday in the final game of the series against the Indians.
That's the straight change from Curt Schilling. Used quite a bit of those in his last outing against the Angels.
Cano taking ball 3, 3-0. 353 for Cano against Curt Schilling. Last year, Cano finished the year hitting at 342. With 15 homers and 78 RBIs in 122 games. There's a strike, 3-1. 342 batting average, 3rd highest for a Yankee in his 2nd season in the majors. According to the Elias Sports Bureau, only Joe DiMaggio and Don Mattingly hitting better. DiMaggio hit 346 back in 1937, and in 84 Mattingly hitting at 343. To left field, sinking fast. Ramirez will play it on a hop. He goes into the tumble, And it's the first base runner of the night for the Yankees. A leadoff single for Robinson Cano.
Even with Manny playing very shallow, can't quite get to this one as he sees the backhand and it bounces on the grass before heading into the glove, but almost made a terrific play on that because he does play shallow in left field.
The lead runner on for the Yankees, and here's Melky Cabrera. 204, no homers, and 4 runs batted in. As Cabrera, of course, seeing time with Hideki Matsui on the disabled list for the Yankees. Of course, did a lot of that last year when Matsui was injured, fracturing his wrist against the Red Sox. Matsui, incidentally, scheduled to make a rehab appearance with the Class A Tampa tonight. He was placed on the 15-day DL on the 8th of April with a strained left hamstring. He was injured while running out a ground ball in the second inning of a game against the Baltimore Orioles. So he is on the DL for the second time in his career, something that is very strange for him. You got to remember that Matsui played 518 consecutive games to start his major league career before fracturing the wrist last year, and injured again this season for Joe Torre.
Turn non-winning $5 and $10 Red Sox instant tickets from the Mass Lottery into cash with every Red Sox victory in the $1 Million Double Play. Learn how to play at masslottery.com, and once you've entered, check the site after every Red Sox victory to see if you're a winner.
2-1 the count to Melky Cabrera. Lead off first base for Cano. The center field falling fast. This will drop in for a hit in front of Crisp. Up to second goes Cano. And all of a sudden, runners at first and second with nobody out.
Don, you mentioned a lot of the injuries the Yankees have, and they're going to start getting people back very quickly. You mentioned Matsui will be returning. Jim-Ming Wang will be returning as their actually their ace on this pitching staff. Mike Messina also should be back very shortly. We don't know about Pavano. And Jeff Carson's with the elbow problem will be back tomorrow as he is making the start here at Fenway Park. So a lot of those guys who have been injured should be back within the next week or two.
Jin-Ming Wang made his second rehab start with the Class A Tampa on Thursday. This is the bunt bid by Mankiewicz. Schilling looked towards third but fires to first. And Mankiewicz retired, but he gets the job done. The runners move along on the sacrifice.
Yeah, nice job by Mankiewicz bunting down that third base line, pulling Lowell off the bag. And of course, when Schilling feels it, there's nobody at the third base bag. So the only play is to first base. And the Yankees get 2 men in scoring position. In Mankiewicz, they pick up a number 9 hitter and a very good defensive first baseman, as we know from his time here in Boston.
Yeah, only Travis Lee among active first basemen have a better fielding percentage. You know all about Doug Mankiewicz and his fine defense. As Damon stands in for the second time against Schilling, grounded out to second base, first time up. And Schilling starts off ahead. Damon becoming the 4th player in the Yankees franchise history to hit at least 20 home runs and steal 20 bases in his first season with the Yankees. Joining A-Rod, Ricky Henderson, and Bobby Bonds, all who did it prior to Johnny Damon.
Now Schilling thought he had strike 2 here against Damon, a cut fastball, but not called by Randy Marsh. It's the same way he started Damon in his first at bat. Fastball, then cut fastball.
On the ground towards Lugo. He'll look towards the plate, but fire to first for the out that he could get. The Yankees will pull ahead 1-0. Damon retired, but he picks up his 6th RBI of the season, and the Yankees strike first.
Plus, at this stage of the ball game, Red Sox playing that infield back, and the only option for Lugo. He took a peek at third base, had no chance there to get Cabrera, so he gets Damon at first. Yankees pick up the first run. There's the look to third. No chance at third base. Get the sure out at first.
So 2 down. Melky Cabrera at third base as Derek Jeter stands in. Swing and a miss for Jeter. Jeter popping out to the third baseman Mike Lowell, his first time up. Jeter coming in with a 10-game hitting streak into tonight's action. Sits safely in all but one game this season, 13 out of the first 14. And of course, finishing second in the American League MVP voting last year to Justin Morneau. And winning his third consecutive Gold Glove Award. Outside, 2-1 now to Jeter.
Hardest fastball that Schilling has thrown tonight at 93 miles an hour, but just outside and falling behind 2-1.
Bobby Abreu waits on deck, 2 down here in the top of the third. Melky Cabrera at third base. Larry Boa over his shoulder, the third base coach. On the outside corner again. And it evens up at 2-2. Jeter with words for Randy Marsh.
Yeah, I'm not happy about that call. It seemed like the pitch before was almost in the same spot. This time it's more of a cut fastball, as you can see, by Schilling. This time Marsh calls it a strike. Well, it's kind of a guessing game on that outside part of the plate right now.
Schilling gets the sign from Varitek, glanced at third, the 2-2. A full count now to Jeter. The 3-2 pitch. Ball 4, he walks him, and the first base on ball surrendered by Schilling. Boston Red Sox baseball on Nesson is brought to you by Half-Lap. Olympia Sports, the official sporting goods retailer of the New England Sports Network. And by Dunkin' Donuts. 2 down here in the top half of the third inning. The Yankees have drawn first blood, as they have the 1-0 advantage, looking for more with runners at first and third and 2 down. And Abreu with some timely hitting so far in the season, 4 for 7 in this situation. Takes the strike. He started off slowly this season, of course, suffering a strained right oblique muscle at the start of spring training and missed the first 3 weeks of the spring. Didn't see his first action of spring training till the last week of March. Walks a ton. He led the majors with 124 walks last year and has reached the 100 walk plateau in 8 consecutive seasons. So to say that he is patient is probably an understatement. Becoming the only third player in Major League history to do so. 8 consecutive seasons of 100 plus. Base on balls. The 40th pitch of the contest for Curt Schilling with 2 outs in the third. Abreu, his first time up, sent one to the warning track in center field, retired by Coco Crisp. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Splitter that time from Schilling.
Little that stays inside. Usually it goes down and away. You see Veritek on the outside part of the plate, but that ball stayed inside.
Having to expend his most energy so far here in the third. Abreu, did he hold up? Went around, rung up by Hunter Wintelstead, third base umpire. He is dismayed, but he's out number 3. Yankees take a 1-0 lead. Well, the Yankees on top 1-0 as we head to the top half of the 4th inning. Andy Pettitte getting out of a bit of a jam in the third, got Ortiz to ground into the shift. Schilling returns to the mound, 42 pitches so far tonight for Schilling. Alex Rodriguez swings through the first one. He sent one to the warning track in center field that Coco Crisp made a catch on. He's got 10 home runs on the season. The Yankees so far as a team 8-1 when he homers as he sends one to deep left back towards the monster seats and gone. Alex Rodriguez continues his torrid pace and beginning to 2007 as he strikes his 11th home run of the year.
Well, remember the first at bat, it was a lot of curveballs early in the count against Rodriguez. This time back-to-back fastballs, and boy, is he zoned in. I mean, these are the kind of things that are happening to a player you can only dream of. Now, he had that first fastball the first time up pretty well at center field, this time into the monster seats.
Well, the leadoff home run for Rodriguez. Here is Jason Giambi. Giambi hit one to the warning track and left his first time up. What an amazing run for A-Rod this season. It's hard to say the Yankees are 8-1 when he homers in a game so far this season. Numbers go on and on for Alex Rodriguez.
You know, just watching some tape of him in the early season, and of course here tonight, his balance at the plate just looks so much better than it did a year ago. He looks so comfortable at home plate.
He'll be chopping it off his foot foul.
I was asking around prior to the game, those who follow the Yankees, John Flaherty here doing the game for the YES Network tonight, and he mentioned that his leg kick is not quite as high this year as it was a year ago. And of course, if it's not as high, you know, your eyes don't move quite as much. You have better balance. But I'm sure it's just more than that. Still has that leg kick, but you see the weight stays back instead of coming forward. I mean, he's just in perfect position to hit when he lands on that front foot.
I'll be grounding another foul, still 1-2. We're here at Fenway Park in Boston. Don Orsillo, Jerry Remy, and Tina Cervasio bringing you Boston Red Sox baseball in high definition and in Dolby Digital 5.1 surround sound on NESN. The first of 18 meetings between the Red Sox and the New York Yankees. The Red Sox have had the misfortune of losing 7 straight home games to the Yankees here at Fenway Park. Last win for the Red Sox May 22nd of last year, and Kurt Schilling was the winner as he strikes out Giambi's second K for Schilling.
Both strikeouts for Schilling on the split-fingered fastball. He got Abreu to end the third inning, and now the splitter here for the strikeout against Giambi. Well, yeah, the 5 wins last year here at Fenway put the Red Sox to sleep for the rest of the season.
That effectively ended the season for the Red Sox.
That was it. It was a trip to the West Coast, and once that was over, it was a long final month of the season.
We mentioned Joe Torre back at the helm, and when he's not, it's going to seem strange after all this time in his 12th season as the manager of the Yankees, the longest interrupted tenure of any Yankees manager since Casey Stengel stood with the club for 12 consecutive seasons from 1949 through 1960. Only the third manager in Major League history to win 90 or more games 10 times in an 11-year span, joining John McGraw, Casey Stengel, I previously mentioned Bobby Cox. It's been a long run, but who knows? This is the last year of his current contract. He said he'd like to stay here beyond this year. But it'll be interesting to see whether that happens or not. And largely that may depend on how far the Yankees go this season. As it has been a while for the Yankees. They've had some great runs, winning the division a bunch, but that's not what they come for. They come for championships, and it has been a long spell. There have been rumors flying really about who would replace Joe Torre. Many think that first and foremost it may be his new bench coach, and the birthday boy today, 46-year-old Don Mattingly, turns 46 today. His name has been mentioned. He's been quite clear that he would like to manage someday, just does not want to do it now, but would like to manage, but thinks that Joe Torre should be here for the foreseeable future. He was the hitting coach here for the last few years in New York, but moved to the bench coach this season.
Well, you know, Joe has been very popular, of course, with Yankee fans, and for good reason. And if he did decide not to return to the Yankees, Yankee fans would certainly welcome Don Mattingly, because he's always been a very popular Yankee.
Down the line and in for a hit. Manny will chase it to the corner, able to play it barehanded, but into second base with a one-out, well-placed double goes Jorge Posada.
Again, that curveball from Curt Schilling, which was effective for him in the first couple of innings. This time Posada slicing it down that left field line. Not quite up in the stands, but off the wall. Manny gets it back in, and the double for Posada. So another Yankee in scoring position.
So one down. Posada at second, and it brings up Robinson Cano. On the ground down the first base line. Youkilis will take it himself for the out. 2 down, but Posada's on to third.
F.W. Webb is proud to be the official supplier of plumbing, heating, and cooling supplies for the Boston Red Sox. To learn more about how F.W. Webb can help you, contact your local professional contractor or visit fwwebb.com. F.W. Webb, we've got it.
So 2 down, Posada 90 feet away, and it brings up Melky Cabrera. A single to center field his first time up. One of 4 Yankees hits. As I mentioned, the Yankees winning 7 straight games here at Fenway Park. Last win for the Red Sox, May 22nd of last year. Schilling on a 9-5 victory. As this one popped up foul off to the left. Last year, the Yankees winning the overall season series 11-8. And of course, after the 3 games this weekend, they'll play again next weekend at Yankee Stadium. Schilling ahead 0-2. Cabrera doesn't chase, up top 1-2. Schilling about to throw his 60th pitch of the night through 3 2/3 innings. Cabrera lifts a fly ball at Coco Crisp in center for the final out. In the top half of the 4th inning, Alex Rodriguez leads it off with a home run that puts the Yankees on top 2-0. 2-0 now, Yankees on top as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. A change for New York. They've got a new catcher. Will Nieves is into the game. And Jorge Posada comes out. Not sure what happened to Posada. He doubled in that inning and was left at third base to end the inning, and does not come back out to catch. So we will look for a further report from the press box as we head to the 4th, and Manny leads it off.
Watch Posada now, the base hit down the left field line. Let's see if Any kind of limp happens when he comes along to second base. It doesn't appear like it's anything major. But Posada leaving the ball game, and Nieves now in there.
Ramirez, Drew, and Lowell to bat here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And he grounded into a 6-4-3 double play in the first inning. The key matchup is brought to you by Killian's. And against Pettit, 3 home runs, .417 average, and that includes grounding into the double play in the first inning. Strike 3 call. Manny strikes out. It's the second strikeout for Andy Pettit. 1 down in the 4th.
Well, Manny in his career, as we highlighted, great success against Pettit. That's the fastball outside corner for the strikeout. It was a changeup in the first inning. They get Manny to ground into the double play. So Pettit right on target early in this ball game.
1 down for J.D. Drew, who singled to center field his first time up, one of only 2 Boston hits so far tonight. Jerry want to send along a speedy recovery to 13-year-old John Shea, who was released from Children's Hospital today after a few surgeries. All our best to John. He's a huge Red Sox fan, especially a big fan of Big Papi. So get well soon, John. We're all thinking of you. 2-0 the count to J.D. Drew. The 50th pitch of the night for Andy Pettit. And it's cued foul off the end of the bat. Well, a chance here for J.D. Drew to get his feet wet in this great rivalry. Baseball's best, the Red Sox and Yankees. Of course, his career in the National League and part of some of the Dodgers rivalries, but I can promise you there's nothing like this, and I'm sure he's feeling it.
Now both managers, Terry Francona, Joe Torre, both downplaying obviously this first series between the Red Sox and the Yankees. 19 times they'll meet. Joe saying that regardless of what happens this weekend, nobody's going to be out of the race. A lot of baseball left to be played.
And I think you'll agree that it almost becomes an annoyance, at least from what we see on a daily basis for Terry Francona.
Well, for managers, yeah, because, you know, that's all they talk about leading up to the series. And quite honestly, managers are thinking about the game they're playing that day. Yesterday, he's thinking about Toronto, and once the Yankees leave, he'll be thinking about Toronto again.
To right field, Abreu is deep, comes on, plays it on a hop. He tried to sell it, but out went Bob Davidson to make the correct call, and it's a 1-out single for J.D. Drew.
Boy, that's almost identical to Manny's play earlier in the ball game. Both nice efforts by Ramirez and now Abreu, but not quite in time as the ball first hits the grass, then into that big glove of Bobby Abreu. He does bring it up to try to sell it to the umpire, but Davidson was not buying it. Get a good look at it. Did what he's supposed to do, run out as close to the play as possible. But you know something, Don, the players can't help but getting a little bit more excited. Not because it's everything that surrounds it. You know, the reaction from the fans, it's always different when it's a Boston, New York game.
Well, from the manager's standpoint, as you pointed out, I mean, they got to worry about that day. And it starts, like, for instance, when we got to Toronto, there were 3 New York writers already there getting ready for their Yankee previews. And, of course, Terry's getting ready for Roy Halladay and the rest of the Toronto Blue Jays in the 3-game series, which is certainly a battle against the Jays. And their focus certainly just on this weekend and this series. So for the manager trying to worry about that game, it's troublesome, but he did a very good job, I thought, handling a lot of the New York writers. So off goes Drew on the first pitch, and he is going to be very out at second base. Will Nieves throws him out, 2 down.
Well, we mentioned Pettit has one of the best pickoff moves, and that's a very late start by J.D. Drew, and you'd have to wonder was there a sign missed? Was that a possible hit and run put on? I don't know. I'd be very surprised down 2-0, but see Drew looking in almost like he was expecting a hit and run. I have a feeling someone may have missed a sign. I mean, if
Lowell drives one towards the wall and off the scoreboard. Hit so hard, now he will turn and stop at first base. And a long single for Mike Lowell.
You know, getting back to that caught stealing, when you don't have a good jump, and certainly J.D. Drew did not have a good jump and he knew it, but still continued to go, it leads you to believe that maybe there was a play on it. I mean, watch how late he gets started towards second base. I mean, Pettit's throwing the ball home, but he's peeking in like he's expecting a swing from Mike Lowell. No swing, and he's out by a long margin at second base. So I don't think that was a straight out steal.
Well, highlighted by the hit now by Mike Lowell, who stands at first base with 2 down. Here's Jason Varitek. Grayson grounded out to third base his first time up. Just 2 for his last 18 over the last 5 games. The average dropping from 250 to 189.
Get the Sunday Globe's award-winning sports coverage every week. Call 800-984-5335 today for 50% off home delivery. The Boston Sunday Globe start the week off right.
Varitek hoping that returning to Fenway will get the bat going. Of course, it was in the home opener that he enjoyed his best game of the year offensively against the Seattle Mariners. 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs.
Coming into the game, Varitek 4 for 7 from the right side, 3 for 30 from the left side.
To deep right field. Abreu headed back towards the track at the wall. It's gone into the bullpen. The captain has tied the game at 2.
And there's something you don't see very often. Jason Varitek is a right-handed hitter hitting a home run to the opposite field. That looked like it might have been a cut fastball that stayed out over the plate, and Varitek into the Red Sox bullpen. So more success hitting right-handed, and that quickly the game is tied.
Well, Coco Crisp with a big swing and a miss. 2 for his last 17 coming into that at bat, and a 2-run home run. In the dirt, and it's now 2-1.
One more look at the Jason Varitek inside-out swing to the opposite field. This swing keeps his head down in the ball as long as possible, almost sees contact.
13 home runs for the Red Sox, the first of the year for Jason Varitek. Red Sox with 13 homers, the Yankees with 21 now on the season. And a strike to Crisp, and it's a full count. Red Sox with at least a home run in the last 7 games straight. A foul outside of third.
Well, Varitek's always had high numbers, high batting average against Pettit. 361 coming into the game, but that's his first home run against Andy Pettit.
Chop left side. Jeter with a backhand. Crisp is gone, and so are the Red Sox, but not before Jason Varitek ties the game at 2. Back at Fenway, new ball game. The Red Sox have tied the score 2-2 as we head to the top half of the 5th. And Doug Mankiewicz, Johnny Damon, and Derek Jeter expected in the inning. Mankiewicz signing a 1-year contract as a free agent this past offseason, the first week of January. Mankiewicz spending last year with Kansas City. And a season with the Mets after leaving Boston after the 2004 championship. Perhaps a lot more heard about Doug Mankiewicz after he left than while he was here in Ballgate. Trying to figure out who had the ball, and certainly he wanted it back.
Where is it now anyway, Don? Do you have it?
No, I don't have it. I don't think the Red Sox have it either. I think it may be at the Hall of Fame. If I'm
Hall of Fame?
Yeah. But that was certainly, Keith Folk wanted it. Everybody wanted it.
Well, Folk should have just ran over and tagged first base. He could have.
He could have. I saw 49 games in a Red Sox uniform, hitting at .215. And some of the fans wanted the ball to return. Well, he did give the ball back. For the time it was what he thought was going to be for a year's time, and then he would get it back, and apparently that was not the case. Ball 2-2-2. In my humble opinion, I think it should either be in the Hall of Fame or in the hands of the Red Sox. If you wait 86 years, I think the club probably deserves that ball a little more than Doug Mankiewicz.
I say for each his own.
The 2-2 is outside, ball 3.
I don't think Schilling feels quite as comfortable tonight as he did in that last outing against the Angels. He's battling. Just misses the outside corner with the fastball there against Mankiewicz.
In the air out towards deep center field. Coco Crisp headed back towards the track to make the catch. Let's check in with Tina Cervasio. Tina?
Don, David Ortiz's autobiography, Big Papi, My Story of Big Dreams and Big Hits, is on shelves now. David had his first book signing today and gives us a preview of what he has to say in his book about the Yankees rivalry.
Little things happen in the game since way back. It's still happening today, but that is an organization that is professional just like we are. Remember in 2004 when we were getting a ring for winning the World Series, see all of them lined up in front of the dugout, clapping for each one of us. That's a thing that you got to respect that.
For 2 hours today, David signed his name in books for fans. The book was released April 17th, and in just 3 days, it looks like it's already on its way to becoming a national bestseller. Ortiz co-wrote the book with Boston Herald scribe Tony Maserati. It talks about growing up in the Dominican Republic, how his parents raised him, and it gets very personal, too, and he talks about how his mother passed away, and it's in stores now.
Hey, Tina, I had a chance to read a little bit of it yesterday. Get my hands on one of them, and it's a great story. I mean, we all feel like we know Big Papi, but he really takes you inside in the book. It is a great read, and sure all of Red Sox Nation will get Big Papi's book. He brought up a great point, I thought, and Damon takes the 0-2 for ball outside. I thought one of the classiest things ever was for Joe Torre and his team to be out there for the entire ring ceremony on opening day 2005 after the championship. And he, like many of the Yankees, on the top step as the players receive their rings. And it slaps it foul, still 1-2. Jeter on deck with 1 out, bases empty here in the 5th. Strike 3 call. Schilling strikes out Damon, 2 down.
Cut fastball from Schilling, picks up the inside corner. Damon thought it was inside. Looks like a pretty good pitch. Plus the crowd still getting on Johnny Damon. I didn't think the boos were quite as bad in his first at bat as they were a year ago.
No, not close, I don't think. That was unbelievable. And that May 1st game when Damon returned for the first time in a Yankees uniform, and also the same night, it's Doug Mirabelli who returned to the Red Sox in dramatic fashion. It was quite a night May 1st of last season. Of course, Mirabelli making his way across country from San Diego. The trade in time to catch Tim Wakefield and the return of Johnny Damon, who was vociferously booed here at Fenway Park in his return. Jerry, you've been here a long time. Do you remember any kind of reception like that for a player who came back? That loud of boos?
I'm trying to think about Roger Clemens the first time he came back, but I don't think it was quite as loud as Johnny. It's the team that he had to go to, you know, the Yankees.
So many players have come back since with other uniforms, the Orlando Cabreras of the world, and the reception has been much different.
Yeah, Johnny signed with Kansas City. We got to stand an ovation.
This one fouled off to the right. You know, one of the things on that opening day was the great reception that Rivera got as he was introduced to standing O here at Fenway, and he handled it great. One of the greatest maybe ever, but had his problems with the Red Sox. The left field for Derek Jeter, and a 2-out single for Jeter. The Yankees pick up their 5th hit of the night.
Again, I'm going to mention this is not easy tonight for Schilling. I don't think he feels he has his best stuff. He's trying to battle through this ball game. It's a 2-2 game. There's a splitter that stays up in the zone and Jeter picks up the base hit with a couple of strikes on him. It's the kind of game, you know, when you're a veteran pitcher like Schilling and you know you don't have your best stuff, but you try to find a way to get through it, you know, and he's doing that right now. Where a younger pitcher maybe wouldn't be out here this long.
There are virtually no easy outs in this lineup, you know, on a normal day. If you get Hideki Matsui in there especially. But this is not an easy lineup at any stretch of the imagination. There are no breathers in this lineup. As you go from Abreu to A-Rod, just gave up the hit to Jeter. Abreu is 0 for 2 tonight. He is fly to the track and center and struck out swinging. Giambi in the hole. And on and on. Outside for a ball. And it is 2-0. Schilling wanted it. And not getting the response he wanted from Randy Marsh.
He's had a couple of long looks in at Randy Marsh in this ball game tonight. Something said by Schilling, and then Marsh responded by emphatically putting up the 2-ball no strike count with the hands.
Baritek out to help Schilling calm down here a little bit as Randy Marsh looks on. Well, good one so far here tonight. A 2-2 ball game into the 5th. Jerry, is always so much buildup to a lot of these games, and quite frankly, a lot of these games are not great games when these two teams get together. But tonight, so far, a great one, tied 2-2. We've seen some lopsided battles not living up to the hype, and so far, this one's been a dandy. Toss to first, and Jeter back on the bag.
One steal this year for Jeter, but he has been caught twice. Usually Jeter has an excellent percentage as far as base stealing goes.
This year the Red Sox and Yankees had 3 one-run games. Abreu lines it to right. Deep was Drew. It's in for a hit. Jeter up to second. And all of a sudden the Yankees have something going here with 2 down.
Yep, the 2-out base hit by Jeter on a splitter. A base hit now by Abreu on a fastball from Schilling. And that brings the hottest man in the world to the plate, A-Rod.
The league leaders are brought to you by Olympia Sports. This is a pretty amazing stat. Since 1996, there's only 1 RBI between A-Rod and Ramirez difference. And that RBI is the home run that Alex Rodriguez hit in his last at bat in the 4th. The home run, his 11th of the season, and just his 15th game of the year. And out the tie, put New York on top 2-0. Since then, Jason Varitek has tied the game 2-2. Ball and a strike now to A-Rod with 2 outs in the inning. 2 outs and runners in scoring position. And it's been amazing. 4 home runs, 11 RBIs in 6 tries in this type situation. Jeter and Abreu aboard. Swing and a miss. Schilling's ahead 1-2. That was 94. And Varitek will head out.
Yeah, and that fastball was supposed to be away. You're going to see Varitek set up away, but the ball runs back inside. Still no contact by Rodriguez. So a case where Schilling misses his spot, but still gets away with the pitch. And as usual, with a couple of strikes, Varitek out to talk to Schilling and see what he wants to do with the 2 strikes on Rodriguez.
All this coming with 2 outs in the inning after Schilling got Minkiewicz to fly out, Damon to strike out. Jeter and Abreu as singles. 2 down in the 1-2. Fly ball out towards right center. Back goes Crisp at the wall. He leaps and can't get it. Falls into the bullpen. It is a 3-run home run for Alex Rodriguez. The bid on the catch by Crisp takes him into the pen, but A-Rod has gone deep for the 2nd time tonight, and it is now a 5-2 New York lead.
Well, we talked about plate coverage on the first fly ball out back in the 2nd inning when he hit a fly ball to center field on a ball away. Here's a fastball away again from Schilling, and A-Rod just stays right on it. Front shoulder right on the baseball. The good solid contact, and he finds that bullpen for the Red Sox. What an effort by Crisp as he goes back. He'll leap and fall completely over. Fortunately, did not get hurt on that play.
Now it is Giambi into right. Dunks one in front of J.D. Drew. And that is 4 straight hits now for the Yankees. So I've Kurt Schilling all coming with 2 outs.
Yeah. Couple of outs, and then the base hit, home run, and base hit. And here's A-Rod again. We talked about the balance at home plate. When you're driving the ball out of that part of the ballpark, your balance is excellent. You're staying back, and you're driving the ball hard to the opposite field. And they got that pitch away where they wanted it.
That's the 3rd time that he's gone to the opposite field with a home run this year, and he has now got himself a major league record. Fastest to 12 home runs as he does it in the first 15 games. And has homered in 3 of his last 4 at-bats. Will Nieves batting for the first time. Came on defensively for Jorge Posada last inning. We've still not yet gotten a report on why Posada left the game. On the ground at Lugo. Will go the easy way to second to conclude the inning. But a 3-run home run for Alex Rodriguez has the Yankees on top now 5-2. 5-2 Yankees on top. It's time now for Tina Cervasio on the Jordan's third base deck. Tina?
Thank you, Don. I'm at Jordan's Pavilion with the fans on the third base deck. Now, this offseason, it was well documented that the Yankees wanted to negotiate with Daisuke Matsuzaka just as bad as the Red Sox. Well, this winter, I spoke with General Manager Brian Cashman about how he felt when he lost the negotiating bid to the Red Sox.
I was bummed out. I mean, they got a great pitcher. Daisuke Matsuzaka is the real deal, at least by all evaluations. I don't think you're going to find any baseball individual with any expertise throughout the world who's going to tell you otherwise. Daisuke Matsuzaka is a rare talent, a rare find, and hence the aggressive bidding process by not just the Red Sox who won it, but everybody that was a participant in it. And so, congratulations to them.
And Matsuzaka will get his first taste of the Red Sox-Yankees rivalry when he starts on Sunday night here at Fenway. Don?
Okay, Tina, yeah, be matched up against Chase Wright, the rookie for the Yankees, 1-0 so far this season, but it was amazing. You know, the Yankees did end up getting Kei Agawa at a much smaller price. But I think at first thought, most thought the Yankees may be the highest bidder. But certainly Red Sox Nation happy that it was indeed the Red Sox who were and won the rights from $51 million. It cost them to get the rights, but it's been fun to watch so far.
Yeah, most of the other teams were all right in that same neighborhood, what, in the mid-30s? And then the Red Sox just blew everybody away with that $51 million.
Red Sox with J.C. Romero now into the game after 7 innings from Schilling. Cora takes over at second base. Pedroia had been hit for by Willie Mo Pena. And here is Alex Rodriguez. He's homered twice tonight. He faces J.C. Romero.
8th appearance for J.C. Romero. He made that 7th appearance last night in Toronto, pitching an inning, giving up a hit, had a walk and a strikeout.
The pitcher striking the count is 2-2. Well, you can debate all day whether Scott Boras is good or bad for the game from a fan perspective. The players would tell you, obviously, that he has done amazing things for them. But certainly, I think for those who watched the Matsuzaka posting and everything that took place after that, had to really appreciate the work that he does from an agent standpoint. I mean, virtually there was not much leverage.
Wow.
As no one missing the ball, not by much.
No, you got A-Rod jumping away here, but it looks like a strike. And J.C. Romero thought he had a strike as he turns his back to home plate.
The Boras appeared to create leverage that was really not there. I mean, it would have been very difficult, I think, for Daisuke to go back to Japan, and by all accounts, they didn't really want him back, as this one is lined into left field to the corner. And Ramirez over to dig it out. Heading for 2 is Rodriguez. And the night continues for A-Rod.
Well, the average now for Alex Rodriguez up to 377. This is a changeup from J.C. Romero that stays up. And again, that great balance. I mean, he's just seeing the ball so well right now. And everything off his bat is a line drive. Even the out that he hit to center field tonight was hit pretty well back in the 2nd inning.
Action in the Red Sox pen behind Romero. It's Pinheiro, the right-hander. Shift on for Giambi, who stands in. Into right field, falling fast. It's in for a hit. Drew over to cover it. A-Rod coming around. The throw is going to be not in time, and the Yankees take a 6-2 lead.
That's a very good read by Alex Rodriguez at second base. You know, Yeah, one of the things they tell you at second base, check how deep the outfield is playing. Of course, they all play deep when Giambi's at the plate, but he read that ball was going to drop in right at contact. He was off his contact, and right away, Alex Rodriguez knows that ball's going to drop in front of J.D. Drew, and he scores without a problem.
Another pinch runner for Giambi at first base. Looks like Kevin Thompson. There it is indeed, who runs for Giambi at first. Will Nieves with Thompson now at first. Nieves grounding it to third. Lowell quickly to second base. That's just all they'll get, the lead runner, for the first out of the inning. Well, off the top, we have the graphic talking about Alex Rodriguez, Jerry, and he's only added to it, now first in a lot more categories.
Adding the 2 home runs tonight to give him 12 on the season, a .377 average. Now first in the lead, just a little bit ahead of Placido Polanco of the Tigers. I know it's a little bit early to be talking about, but that's the kind of start that he's off to. And we're getting a chance tonight to see it firsthand. We've been seeing it on highlights and reading about it, but we're seeing it firsthand tonight at Fenway Park.
Here's Robinson Cano. Cano with a single in the third inning. Grounded out to first and then fly to center. Kurt Schilling touched for 5 runs in his 7 innings of work tonight. And the ground foul beyond the Red Sox dugout, and that is a packed photographer's well. Not much room to move, and a ground ball over in that direction.
So many teams doing the game tonight. Cameras down there, television cameras, and all kind of stuff hanging around this ballpark. And it'll be like that all weekend long.
Of course, unfortunately for us, we're unable to do a game after tonight.
No, we're done. One and done.
Fox tomorrow and ESPN on Sunday night. Cano takes it the opposite way to deep left, back towards the wall and high off the wall. Then he plays to Karen, quickly back in, holding Cano to a long single. As to third base. On the wall ball single goes Nieves.
Now those hits starting to pile up now for the Yankees as Cano goes to the opposite field, high off that left field wall. And if he'd have been running out of the box, he may have had a double. He was looking at it. Man, he plays it with the bare hand and gets it back into second base. So that kind of keeps a double play in order for the Red Sox. Out comes Terry Francona. And with Melky Cabrera coming to play, looks like he's going to go for Joel Pinheiro. Actually, my mistake. Kyle Snyder will be coming in.
Snyder on the way in with the Yankees now on top 6-2. 6-2. The Yankees now on top as they have added a run so far here in the top of the 8th inning. One down. New pitcher is Kyle Snyder.
5th appearance for Snyder. The last time he worked was in that series against the Angels. It's been a long time. That was back on the 16th when he worked an inning against LA. Opponents hitting 167 off Snyder. 3 1/3 innings total for him.
Nieves at third. Cano across the diamond at first with 1 out. Melky Cabrera the batter.
Cano 1 steal on the season. He's been caught a couple of times.
Single in the third for Cabrera sends innings flying to center and grounded out to first.
The changeup from Kyle Snyder. Cabrera obviously looking fastball first pitch, fooled by that changeup.
Chops out a foul down the third baseline, and it's 0-2.
And see what throwing an off-speed pitch on that first pitch means. I mean, he had Cabrera off balance on that changeup, then fouls with the fastball, and a very late swing by Melky Cabrera.
Cabrera really getting a chance to play a lot last year in the absence of Matsui, and of course Sheffield going down also. Being very valuable, ended up in 130 games after starting the season with the Columbus Clippers to begin the year last year. 31 games at AAA, and 130 with the Yankees. Ended up hitting .280, 7 homers and 50 runs batted in. Was up top to get him, foul tipped into Veritek's mitt.
And we kind of had Melky Cabrera confused right from the first pitch of that at bat when he threw him a changeup. Here he goes up and out of the zone with the fastball and throws it by Melky Cabrera. Melky Cabrera, remember when he first came up, he made an error, but then last year played very, very good defense for the for the Yankees.
Only 12 outfield assists last year for Melky Cabrera.
And we'll show you in a little while a catch he made against Manny Ramirez.
Two down runners at first and third for Doug Mankiewicz. Through the last season with Kyle Farnsworth on the mound, and Manning sending one deep until robbed by Melky Cabrera. One of the 5 defensive plays he made a year ago. Left to third and to first does not throw to either location. Well, Snyder, third Boston pitcher of the night. Romero began the inning, so far charged with a run. Responsible for the runners at first and third.
Well, the attention played to Cano here. A lot of times with 2 outs, some teams will attempt to double steal.
Five stolen bases for Cano last season. Pitch in the dirt.
And to pull off that play, you don't need the speed at first base. You do need some at third. Now, it's Nieves at third base, not great speed there. And a lot of times when they do try that play, it's when a hitter's down a couple of strikes in the count. Another changeup on a 2-0 count.
Up and away, Veritek coming out of the crouch to reel it in. 3-0. The top of the Yankees order, Johnny Damon waiting on deck with 2 outs here in the 8th. The Yankees have collected yet another run and now lead it 6-2. Ball 4, and he walks Mankiewicz just to load him up for Johnny Damon.
Well, Damon had a very tough night against Kurt Schilling. Kurt struck him out twice. He did get an RBI and a ground out back in the 3rd.
Ernie Evis at third base, Cano at second, and Kavich at first with 2 outs here in the 8th. As I mentioned, the tough night for Damon. 0 for 4, a couple of strikeouts against Kurt Schilling. Damon always very good with the bases loaded, and in fact, #1 among active players with the bases loaded, up over 400. Our friend Kevin Millar second at 396. Swings through that. The count evens at 1-1. Red Sox trailed 2-0 tonight with Jason Varitek tied the game with a 2-run home run. And the Yankees on a 3-run shot by A-Rod pulled ahead 5-2. They've added another, and now Damon grounds to second. Cora's throw to first base ends the inning. And Snyder gets out of any further trouble as the Yankees leave him loaded, but it's now 6-2 New York. Well, David Ortiz at second base, a leadoff double. Luis Vizcaino into the game.
He was part of that trade that sent Randy Johnson back to Arizona, making his 10th appearance. Manny, 1 hit off him. It's a home run.
Strike 1 to Ramirez over the outside corner. Vizcaino came into the big leagues in 2000 as a member of the Oakland A's, time with the A's, Milwaukee Brewers, the White Sox, and Arizona last season. 70 appearances last year for the Diamondbacks.
Back-to-back sliders to start off Ramirez, and quickly it's ahead in the count 0-2. Manny thought the first one was outside. This one's certainly a strike.
Mariano Rivera up in the Yankees pen. Rivera does not have a save. And right now, not a save situation. A 4-run advantage for the Yankees as the pitch missing for a ball to Manny Ramirez, 1-2. Mike Myers started the inning facing just David Ortiz. Red Sox have a lefty and J.D. Drew waiting on deck. And Joe Torre electing to have the right-hander Luis Vizcaino face Manny. As he evens the count now at 2-2.
Mentioned Rivera. Rivera hasn't worked since last Sunday, and in that game, that's when he gave up that walk-off home run to Marco Scutaro. But he's been off a few days.
Outside full count. Vizcaino was ahead 0-2, but Manny has worked it full.
Said he died of sliders with the exception of one fastball.
Ball 4, he walks in. Another base runner for the Red Sox. Manny down to first.
Again, he tries that slider on the 3-2 count and misses the outside corner.
And Ron Guidry's going to head out. And talk to Vizcaino as he'll deal with J.D. Drew.
I think Vizcaino's had some problems with walks here early in the season. That's his 7th walk in 9 1/3 innings. Well, stay tuned after the game for WB Mason Extra Innings and Granite City Electric Extra Innings Extra with John Caron and Dennis Eckersley. They'll bring you all the post-game reaction from Game 1 of this series. You'll hear the comments from both clubhouses and the live press conferences of Terry Francona and Curt Schilling. It's all right after the game in high definition on Nesson.
First and second, nobody out. J.D. Drew 2 for 7, couple of home runs in his career against Luis Vizcaino. Swing and a miss at the first pitch. He's had a nice night tonight. 3 hits in 3 at bats. 2 singles to center and a single to right. On the ground right side, Cano ranges, has just one play and just makes it. Close play at first, but Drew is out. On to third goes Ortiz. Ramirez to second, 1 out in the inning.
I think Cano may have been a little bit surprised there at the speed of J.D. Drew. He has to go far to his left to make this play, but then took a couple of extra steps and it almost cost him at first base.
So 1 down, second and third, and it brings up Mike Lowell. Ran it into a double play, single, and reached on a fielder's choice. 1 for 5 in his career against Vizcaino. The strike to Lowell. Jason Varitek waits on deck. He supplied the 2 runs tonight for the Red Sox with his first home run of the season. He was back in the 4th inning. On the ground and by the dive of A-Rod into left. Ortiz scores. On to third goes Manny. It's an RBI single for Mike Lowell. And it's a 6-3 Yankees lead now.
And that'll speed things up for Joe Torre out in that bullpen with Rivera. Once again, another breaking ball. Lot of sliders from Vizcaino, and Lowell finds that hole between third and short. Lowell picks up his 10th run batted into the season, and the Red Sox within 3.
On to Yebus, out to the mound again to talk to Vizcaino.
Well, you wonder if this is the stall for a little time to make sure Rivera's ready. I mean, we've seen it plenty of times where Rivera's been in this part of the ball game, and it looks like it's going to happen right now. Remember, he's been off since Sunday.
Well, in this instance, Joe Torre will be looking for 5 outs for Mariano Rivera as he brings him on with 1 out here in the last of the 8th, and the Red Sox back within 3 now. It's 6-3 New York. With a pitching change from Fenway here in the bottom of the 8th. Back at Fenway, the Yankees on top 6-3 here in the bottom of the 8th. 1 out into the game is Mariano Rivera.
6th appearance for Mariano Rivera on the season. The record of 1-1, 5.79 ERA. Only 4 2/3 innings, 3 hits allowed, and 3 earned runs. We mentioned that last outing, the walk-off home run to Marco Scutaro. That was at Oakland last Sunday. Jason Varitek, 7 for 25, 1 career home run.
Well, the home run for Jason Varitek, his first of the year. Back in the 4th inning, which at the time tied the game 2-2. As it passed to Mariano Rivera, you go back to April of 05, able to take him deep. The only time he's ever taken him deep at the time give the Red Sox a tie ball game. But of course, the other captain later in that game, Derek Jeter, with the walk-off home run to win it for the Yankees on that day game from Yankee Stadium in April of 2005. And here they match up tonight. Red Sox trailing by 3 as Varitek represents the tying run with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. Ball 1 from Rivera. Varitek not only with the home run tonight, he singled his last time up, a 2-for-3 night. The rally caps are on. Red Sox down by 3. A strike, and it's 1-1 to Varitek. .413 career saves, ranks 4th on baseball's all-time list for Mariano Rivera. As Varitek sends it foul off to the left. John Franco is 3rd with 424. Rivera at 413 right now. His 413 are the most ever in the American League.
And he's working on the final year of his contract here with the Yankees.
Varitek lifts it foul down the left field line.
About the quiet disappearance of Bernie Williams. They tried to invite him to spring training to a minor league contract. Bernie wanted no part of that. And not back with the Yankees in 2007.
Seems strange that he's not with the Yankees, and I know it's strange for a lot of his former teammates.
He did a very solid job for him last season.
Sure did. 1-2. Varitek fouls it off to the left. Mariano Rivera has made 203 more appearances than any other pitcher in Yankees history. With 725 total appearances. Dave Righetti is second at 522. So far and away the most for Rivera. To right field and in for a hit for Varitek. From third comes Manny Ramirez, and it's now a 2-run game. 6-4 Yankees. Third hit of the night for Jason Varitek.
The cut fastball from Rivera stays out over the plate, and Varitek with the line drive base hit. Big night. The home run. 2 more hits to add to that. A 3 RBI night for Varitek. You look back at this inning, Don. I thought that Joe Torre was going to have Myers with the lead, pitch to Ortiz, Manny, and then J.D. Drew. But that didn't happen. He got him out of there right after Ortiz. And now into the third pitcher in this inning.
Crisp chops it down the first baseline. Around from second base comes Mike Lowell. That's in the corner and trouble. Varitek being waved all the way around. The Red Sox will tie the score as to third goes Coco Crisp. Back of the Sox in the 8th.
And it couldn't come for a better time for Coco Crisp, who has been struggling. He did have a couple of bunt hits last night, his second hit tonight. And this Fenway crowd has been waiting for that from Coco Crisp. A ground ball right down the first base line. McCavish playing well off the bag. And once it gets by him, the game's going to be tied in Coco Crisp in at third base. Well, Cora's at the plate now in a tie ball game. Always the possibility of a squeeze.
He hit all the way around as Cora bats. And fouls it off to the left.
Infield playing in, and Coco on contact was off on that pitch. So any kind of ground ball, looks like he's going to try to score on contact.
A 4-run bottom of the 8th inning has tied the score at 6. The go-ahead run 90 feet away for Boston with 1 out in the 8th. Cora wants to see the signs from DeMar O'Hale again, who's come down the line.
Looks like DeMar O'Hale looking in the dugout trying to get the signs himself. That's why he's walked that far down. He didn't have a set of signs, and now he gives them to Cora.
Everybody on the same page now with a count of 0-1 to Cora.
Squeeze not likely, 0-1.
center field. From third comes Chris. The Red Sox take the lead.
Well, how about what Alex Cora has done for the Red Sox in the last 2 games? He had a spectacular game last night in Toronto, hitting that triple in the 9th inning. And now at the infield making contact, just pushing the ball up over the head of Derek Jeter. And the Red Sox, with 5 runs here in the 8th, take the lead. Rivera has not recorded an out.
Lugo, the 8th batter, in the 8th inning. There goes Cora at first. The pitch, a ball. The throw is in time.
That's a heck of a tag there by Cano. Watch Cano have to come up the first base line to make the catch on this, then slap it down quickly, get the back of Cora before the hand gets to the bag. And if you look in the Red Sox bullpen, it's not Papelbon, Okajima loosening up for the Red Sox.
And this one now to the backstop.
This ball way up over the head of Lugo. Lugo a little steer about back out at Rivera.
His 57 career blown, but 11 against the Red Sox. And a strike, and it's 2-1 now to Lugo. Now the Yankees will be expecting Jeter, Abreu, and yes, Alex Rodriguez will have a chance.
And there's Okajima. We tell you, no Papelbon in this game tonight, after working back-to-back nights up in Toronto.
Lugo swings and foul, tips into the catcher's mitt, but the Red Sox, with a 5-run bottom of the 8th, take a 7-6 lead. We head to the 9th. The Red Sox have taken a 7-6 lead with 5 in the 8th. As Kyle Snyder was warming up in between innings, Okajima was not quite ready. So after a few warm-up tosses, Terry Francona came out and took Snyder out of the game. And Hideki Okajima now into the game to pitch the 9th without Jonathan Papelbon available.
Well, think about this now for Okajima, right? The guy that's got all the attention is Daisuke, obviously. Okajima in his first Red Sox-Yankees rivalry game, and here he is trying to close out a ball game because Papelbon is not available. See the numbers over the last 3 games. Struck out 6 of 8 batters he's faced. Altogether 8 strikeouts in 6 2/3. This is the 7th appearance for Okajima. This is quite a story.
Well, 1 an inning. Talk about stories for the Red Sox. Jason Varitek with a huge hit for the Red Sox. It's been a big night for Varitek. The triple down the line for Crisp. And then the go-ahead base hit into center field for Alex Cora, who has been outstanding for the Red Sox in the last 2 days. And this first chapter in this great rivalry this season in 2007 has been a great ball game tonight, and the Red Sox have pulled ahead. But a long way to go as they've got to deal with Jeter, Abreu, and Alex Rodriguez here in the 9th. Hideki Okajima. Derek Jeter tonight has popped out to third, walked, single, and grounded to short.
You know, you think back to spring training, Don, when Papelbon was still in the rotation. The big question, who's going to close out games? Well, here you have the first opportunity where you don't have Papelbon available, and it's a guy you'd never expected to be out there.
Okajima was not one of the names mentioned. This one bouncing in. Red Sox got 7 tonight from Kurt Schilling. Touched for 5 runs. J.C. Romero with a third, giving up a run. Kyle Snyder 2/3. And now Hideki Okajima pitching the 9th.
There is action behind Okajima in the Red Sox bullpen.
It's Joel Pinheiro, who had been up earlier. He's back up again. He was up in the 6th. That's behind Jeter, 2-0. Okajima in a very good outing in Toronto, striking out the side in order. There's a strike to Jeter, 2-1.
One of those lefties that comes right over the top with a fastball, curveball, and a splitter. And of course, with that splitter, that makes him somewhat effective against right-handed hitters. He's not a specialist just to try to get lefties out.
Off the end of the bat, cue towards second. Cora to his left. Throws out Jeter for the first out of the 9th.
That's the splitter we were talking about. That's a pitch that was very effective for him up in Toronto in that 3 strikeout inning he had. Not a lot of dip to this one, but certainly toward the end of the bat for Derek Jeter. Jeter's looking toward the left side of the infield, but the ball's shooting to second base.
Here's Bobby Abreu with 1 down in the 9th. Right to the track in center in the 1st. Struck out. Single in the 5th. Struck out in the 7th. Saw the 41 saves for Hideki Okajima in Japan. But here, getting his first taste of Red Sox Yankees. Blows it by Abreu that time. 1-1.
And a fastball at about 88 miles an hour. Again, Okajima not overpowering by any means with his fastball. He says he's going to have a heart attack.
1-2 as he jumps ahead of Abreu.
That's the splitter again from Okajima.
Two and two. Okajima able to get Jeter for the first out of the 9th. He deals with Abreu now. A-Rod next. Just missing. Framed by Varitek. But it does not get the corner full count.
I don't think Abreu would have had an argument if he'd been called on strikes. Daisuke wanted that one.
Abreu will walk down to first base.
Now this will be interesting. Do you stay with Okajima? You got A-Rod coming to the plate. Pinheiro. A-Rod 4 for 25 against Pinheiro, but it looks like Terry's going to stay with Okajima.
And a tying run for New York at first with 1 down. And the numbers against Pinheiro. So it is Okajima who will face A-Rod. strike to Rodriguez. He fly to the warning track in the second inning, but then homered in the fourth and in the fifth.
Now this was really his show until the last inning by the Red Sox.
Away, and it's 1-1. There was an amazing 12 home runs in the first 15 games of the year. We mentioned the walk-off victory yesterday against the Cleveland Indians. 2-1. Pinch runner for Giambi earlier. Thompson waits on deck. Three and one. Abreu at first, one down in the ninth. The strike. A-Rod thought he had ball four.
No giving in with the fastball led to A-Rod on the 3-1 count. Okajima goes to the curveball to pick up strike two.
The 3-2 pitch. Rodriguez boots it to second. Cora's got it. Looks the runner back. A-Rod is gone. 2 down in the ninth.
Jammed him just a little bit, didn't he, with that fastball? A-Rod puts it on a line, but a soft line drive to second base. So a 3-2 fastball. That right about at the label, a little above the label.
Two down now for Thompson, with Abreu still at first. Strike one to Thompson. Evan Thompson pinch ran for Giambi in the eighth. 1 for 3 so far in the season. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Thompson stays alive as he grounds it foul over by the Yankees dugout. Hideki Okajima working the ninth in the absence of Jonathan Papelbon. Has the first 2 outs of the ninth. The 0-2 pitch. Lifted down the right field line. Over goes Drew, but it's back into the seats. The Red Sox score 5 times in the bottom of the 8th. They'll try to grab their first win of the season against the Yankees. check at first. And back easily as Abreu. The lead was very short.
Not a bad idea, though. Let Abreu know that you're conscious of him being there. Abreu has good speed. He can steal bases.
The 0-2 pitch. And handcuffs Veritek, knocks it down.
Nice play by Veritek. Split it down in the dirt. Veritek thinking about nothing but blocking that ball and keeping it in front of him and keeping Abreu at first base.
Okajima's thrown 21 pitches here in the ninth. Hey, struck him out, and the Red Sox win.